Discover your life's purpose in this exclusive Chosen One live session. I want you to stop everything you're doing right now and listen to me with your soul. Because what you're about to witness is not just a video. It's not just a story. It's a divine calling, wrapped in pixels and sound, designed to awaken the forgotten truth that's been buried beneath years of noise, fear, distraction, and pretending. You didn't click this by accident. You were summoned here. That might sound dramatic, but tell me, haven't you always felt it? That strange pull, like there's something you're meant to do, but you can't quite name it? You've walked through days feeling like a ghost in your own life. You've smiled when your soul was screaming. You've been praised while secretly wondering, is this it? Is this really why I was born? But I need you to know, your pain is not proof of failure. It's a whisper from the divine. And this moment, right now, is the answer to that whisper. Because in this exclusive Chosen One live session, I'm going to take you somewhere sacred. Somewhere only a few ever get to go. And by the end, you will know why you were born. You will discover your life's purpose, not as a theory, not as some motivational fluff, but as a felt experience that ripples through every cell of your body. But before we begin, I must give you a warning. What you learn in the next 10 minutes might dismantle your entire identity. You might cry. You might feel things you haven't felt in years. But if you're brave enough to stay with me, I promise, the veil will lift. And everything will change. Let's begin. I want to take you back to a moment that changed my life forever. It started in the desert, barefoot, hungry, searching. I had left everything behind, the money, the fame, the applause, even the people I loved. All I had was silence, and sand. And in that silence, I screamed. Not with my mouth, but with my being. Why am I here? What is my purpose? And then, something answered. But not with words. A gust of wind carved a spiral in the sand at my feet. A shape. A symbol. And somehow, without explanation, I knew what it meant. You are not here to find your purpose. You are here to remember it. Let that sink in. Because the same is true for you. This video isn't about discovering something new. It's about peeling away the layers until you recognize what has always been inside you. But first, we have to go through the fire. We're about to do something radical. Something dangerous. We're going to crack open your soul. You ready? Because the journey starts now. First challenge, I want you to close your eyes, right now, and see yourself at 5 years old. Feel their innocence, their curiosity, that wild sparkle in their eyes. Now ask them this. What happened to us? What did you trade that sparkle for? Whose approval did you sell your soul to? What dreams did you abandon to fit in? As you feel those questions rise, don't run from them. Stay. Because in the next 3 minutes, we're about to walk through a corridor most people avoid their whole lives, the chamber of forgotten truths. In this space, you'll meet not just your younger self, but the part of you that never forgot why you're here. And then it happens. Just like it did to me. You hear the voice. Not in English. Not in any language. It's like the stars are singing directly into your bones. And all at once, a vision appears. A firelit cave. An ancient figure, cloaked in midnight blue, steps forward and lifts a hand to your heart. With a touch, everything rushes back. A lifetime of moments, joys, traumas, miracles you forgot. You see the pattern. You see the plan. You see why your suffering happened. And in that instant, you understand. Your life was never random. It was orchestrated by the divine to forge you into the exact person who could carry the message you were meant to deliver to this world. And now, you're ready. The guide leans in and whispers a prophecy. A single sentence, too sacred to write down. But if you're listening closely right now, you can feel it vibrating inside you. I can't tell you what your prophecy is, but I can tell you how to recognize it. It feels like coming home. It terrifies you, because it's so real. And it sets your heart on fire. That's your sign. But don't get too comfortable. Because we're only just beginning. In the next segment, I'll take you deeper, through storms, through visions, through one final test that nearly broke me. And at the end of it, I'll show you the sacred ritual that only the chosen ones can complete. But only if you're ready. I entered the Forbidden Temple and what I found will change how you see everything. I entered the Forbidden Temple. No, not some myth or metaphor, an actual place so ancient, so sacred, it doesn't exist on any map. It only appears to those who are truly ready to awaken. It was 3:17 a.m. I had walked for days through a rainforest, guided by a monk who never spoke a word. And then we stopped, before a wall of vines that seemed unremarkable, until the monk raised his hand. The air changed. Time bent. And the vines parted like curtains, revealing a narrow stone passage illuminated by a light that didn't come from the sun or moon. It came from within. And I knew. I wasn't in the same world anymore. I was in the realm between realms. And it was here, beneath roots older than language, that I saw it. A circle of fire surrounding a mirror. But this mirror didn't show my face. It showed my purpose. Not as a job. Not as a dream. But as a divine assignment. Let me explain. Most people think life purpose is about what you do. Wrong. Your true purpose isn't a task. It's a frequency. It's the exact vibration your soul emits when you are fully aligned with your Creator. When your breath syncs with the rhythm of the universe. When your actions echo eternity. That's purpose. And when you operate from that place, doors open that logic cannot explain. I looked into the mirror and saw myself, not the me that pays bills or posts on social media, but the original me. The one that existed before trauma, before fear, before I ever doubted my worth. I saw him walking through fire, smiling, holding the hands of strangers, lifting them from darkness, speaking words that weren't mine, yet came through me like rivers of truth. And then, a voice thundered, "Will you carry this fire into the world?" I fell to my knees. Because I knew the cost. Living your purpose means dying to everything false. It means surrendering your comfort zone, your plans, your ego. It means being misunderstood, rejected, even hated. But it also means becoming immortal. Because when you live your divine calling, you don't just exist. You echo through time. So I said yes. And at that exact moment, the mirror shattered. The flames roared. And I was pulled into a vision so vivid, it changed me forever. I saw millions of souls, lost, wandering, crying out in silence. Each one looking for meaning. Each one searching for a guide. And then, I saw you. Yes, you. Watching this right now. You were standing in that sea of souls. But there was a light around you. A light that none of the others had. And then I heard these words. The chosen one must awaken the others. Tears streamed down my face. Because I realized, this isn't about me. This is about you. You're not watching this because you're curious. You're watching because you've been chosen to remember. You are the bridge between the worlds. You are the light in someone else's darkness. But you've forgotten. And that's why this video found you. Now listen closely. We are going to perform a sacred activation ritual. Right here. Right now. This isn't a gimmick. This is ancient. And it works. First, breathe in deeply. Feel the breath enter not just your lungs, but your spirit. Now close your eyes for 5 seconds and repeat these words in your mind. I am ready to remember. Do it. I'll wait. Now open your eyes. Something's shifted, hasn't it? That's not your imagination. You've just reconnected with a part of you that's been dormant, waiting for this exact moment. But here's the twist, awakening isn't a one-time event. It's a choice you make every day. To live with fire. To speak with love. To walk with purpose, even when it terrifies you. And now, it's your turn to take the next step. But there's one final test. One last challenge you must pass before your purpose is fully revealed. It's called the Mirror of Shadows. I didn't want to face it. Nobody does. Because this mirror doesn't show your beauty. It shows your wounds. It shows the parts of you you've buried. The shame. The guilt. The failures you swore you'd never speak of again. And it asks you, can you love yourself, even here? Can you see your scars, and call them sacred? Because until you do, you will always sabotage your calling. You will always believe you're not enough. But listen to me. You are enough. Because God doesn't make mistakes. Your pain was the preparation. Your silence was the setup. And now, the stage is yours. Are you willing to walk through the shadows and reclaim your throne? Are you ready to stop existing and start embodying the divine spark you came here to ignite? Because in the next segment, you will enter the final chamber, the place where your entire life converges into one crystal clear moment of clarity. You will receive your soul assignment. And once it's spoken, you can never go back. Your soul assignment will be revealed in this final chamber. Prepare for the shock of your life. The final chamber isn't made of stone. It isn't hidden in the jungle or carved into a mountain. It lives inside you. Yes, you are the temple. You always have been. But until now, you haven't had the keys to open the door. That's what this moment is about. You've passed through fire. You've looked into the mirror. You've confronted your shadows. And now, it's time to receive the one thing your soul has been crying out for since the day you were born. Your soul assignment. But I have to warn you again, once you hear it, your life will never feel the same. You'll never again be able to live on autopilot. You'll never again find comfort in numbness. Because when you know your purpose, there's no going back to pretending you don't. So, step forward. Breathe slowly. And listen. The lights dim. The world around you fades. And now, it's just you, standing in a vast void of stillness. In the center floats a single flame, blue, silent, alive. It's not burning anything. It simply is. And as you approach, it speaks, not with sound, but with presence. And it says, "You are the answer to someone else's prayer." Let that shake you. Because this is what life purpose truly is. It's not just about you. It's about the way your presence, your existence, touches others in ways you may never fully understand. Your pain, it became someone else's medicine. Your story, it's the map another lost soul needs to find their way home. Your voice, it's the thunder that will awaken hearts that have slept for too long. And now, the final words of your soul assignment are revealed, not in sentences, but in symbols. A string of glowing symbols floats around you, each representing a sacred truth only you can embody. Some will carry the fire of healing. Others will carry the sword of truth. Some will be artists of spirit, painting freedom with their life. Others will be warriors of compassion, breaking generational chains by loving the unlovable. Look closely at those symbols. Do you feel them? One or more will resonate, like a forgotten memory returning home. That's your signature. Your frequency. Your assignment. It may not come with a title. It may not come with applause. But it will come with power. And peace. And the kind of joy that doesn't need a reason to exist. Now hear me. Don't rush to define it. Don't panic if it's not crystal clear. This isn't a formula. It's a path. A way of being. And the more you walk it, the more you choose it every single day, the more precise, more radiant, and more magnetic your purpose will become. You'll start attracting people who recognize your light. Opportunities will unfold without explanation. Doors you've been banging on for years will suddenly swing open. But only if you live aligned. So let me ask you. What will you do with this gift? Will you protect it? Nurture it? Will you live it, when no one's watching? Because true purpose doesn't need an audience. It needs courage. The courage to walk the path even when it's lonely. Even when it's dark. Even when you're scared out of your mind. That's when your true power is forged. But you won't be alone. No, now you are part of a sacred lineage. A brotherhood, a sisterhood. A family of chosen ones who remember why they came here. And together, we rise. You may not see them, but they are watching with you right now. Some across oceans. Some across lifetimes. And together, we create a ripple so powerful, the entire universe feels it. Now it's time for the final act. This isn't just a session. This is your initiation. So stand up. Yes, right now. Physically stand up. Take a breath so deep it feels like your lungs are expanding beyond your body. And repeat after me. I am no longer asleep. I am the fire. I am the answer. I am the purpose I've been seeking. Say it again. Louder. Let the universe hear you. Because this moment is the threshold. You are crossing into your real life now. The false identity, gone. The masks, burned. The fear, dissolving. Now you are free, But don't keep this to yourself. The final step of your soul assignment is this: illuminate others. So if this live session awakens something in you, share it. Don't hoard the fire. Be the torch for someone still trapped in the dark. Because maybe, just maybe, they're waiting for a sign. And maybe that sign is you. Before we end, I leave you with one last question. What if your entire life, every heartbreak, every delay, every detour, wasn't a mistake, but a miracle designed to prepare you for this exact moment? Let that echo in your soul. Because if it's true, then you are the miracle the world has been waiting for. And your time is now. This was the exclusive Chosen One live session. And you, my friend, are officially awake. Welcome to the mission. You just awakened your divine frequency. Now watch what happens next in your life.